A demon slides an employment file across the desk before you even sit down. You have 5 interviews before lunch. The chair is warm. You don't ask why. The file is thick. The name on top has been crossed out 3 times. You open it anyway. The candidate's photo keeps changing every time you look away. You stop looking away. At first, the job seems manageable. There's a script, a checklist, a rubber stamp that reads "Denied" in red and one that reads "Condemned" in a slightly darker red. You're not sure what the difference is yet. Nobody explains. A small demon with a clipboard leans over your shoulder and whispers, "You'll figure it out," then walks away too fast. The first candidate sits across from you. He looks like an accountant. He smells like rain on old concrete. He says he's been waiting for this interview for 40 years. You check the file. His name is Gerald. Gerald embezzled from a children's hospital in 1987 and spent the rest of his life convinced it was an accounting error. You look at the 2 stamps. You hesitate. Gerald watches your hand. The room gets warmer. You stamp "Denied." Gerald exhales like a tire deflating. A trap door opens beneath him. He falls without a sound. You notice the coffee mug on your desk says, "World's Most Adequate Punisher." Then you notice the second file is already open. You don't remember opening it. The second candidate is a woman in a 1940s dress. She doesn't speak. She slides a handwritten letter across the desk. It's an apology. 15 pages, single-spaced. To someone named Miriam. You read the first paragraph. Your throat tightens. You read the second. You look at the stamps. The clipboard demon reappears. "Clock's ticking." You stamp. You don't look at which one. The trap door opens again. You decide not to look at the letter again. A phone on your desk rings. You didn't notice the phone before. You pick it up. A voice says, "Interview 3 is running early, and HR policy changed this morning. New rule. If you take longer than 90 seconds per file, the candidate gets reassigned to your department permanently." You look around your office. There is a coat hanging behind the door that is not yours. A coffee mug that is not yours. A photo of a family that is definitely not yours, but feels uncomfortably familiar. It gets worse. The third candidate is a child. Not a small child, a teenager. 16, maybe 17. The file says he drowned in 1994. It says cause of death was someone else's decision. It says he has been waiting an intake for 31 years because his file was misfiled under accidental when it should have been under something else. The file doesn't say what. There are 3 pages missing. You flip through looking for the stamp guidance section. It's been torn out. You look up. The boy is watching you with complete patience, which somehow feels worse than anything Gerald or the woman did. You pick up the phone. It's dead. You look at the stamps. Neither of them seems right. You look at the clock. 62 seconds gone. The clipboard demon is standing in the corner pretending to read something. You say, "What do I do here?" He says, "Not my department." You have 28 seconds. You make a decision you will not be able to explain later. The trap door opens. You feel something in your chest that has no name in any living language. Now something is wrong. The fourth file is yours. Your name. Your photo. The photo is from a day you remember. A Tuesday. A small decision you made that didn't feel like a decision at the time. The file is thin. 3 pages. You read the first page quickly. Then slower. Then you stop and put it face down on the desk and breathe through your nose for a moment. The clipboard demon does not appear. The phone does not ring. Even the ambient sound of distant suffering that you had already started not noticing goes quiet. The room is very still. You understand, in a way that bypasses thought entirely, that this file being on your desk is not a mistake. Nothing here is a mistake. The coffee mug, the coat, the family photo, the chair that was warm when you sat down. You pick up the file again. You read all 3 pages. You set it down. You look at the stamps. You realize you have been holding one of them for the last 45 seconds without knowing it. You put the stamp back. You put both stamps in the drawer. You close the drawer. The clipboard demon walks in without knocking. You realize, too late, he says, reading from his clipboard, that the fifth interview is with the person who designed this office. He pauses. That's you. That was always going to be you. He checks something off. Congratulations. You've been promoted. He puts a new nameplate on your desk. It has your name on it. Below your name, it says, Senior Coordinator of Unresolved Outcomes. He leaves. The fifth file slides under the door on its own. You open it. The photo is moving. You've seen this face before. Not in a file, not in a dream, in a mirror. This morning, before all of this, in a life that now feels like it was happening to someone standing slightly to your left. Your hands are steady. That is the most frightening thing that has happened all day. You pick up the stamp. You choose. The trap door does not open. A door does. A real one. On a wall that had no door before. On the other side is a hallway that goes further than it should. At the far end, something is waiting that has your posture, your shoes, your habit of tilting your head slightly when uncertain. You stand up. You walk toward it. The light in the office turns off behind you automatically. The coffee mug, the coat, the family photo remain on the desk. They will be there for the next person. The chair will still be warm. Tell me, if you sat down at that desk and your own file slid in front of you, would you be brave enough to open it? Or would you put it in the drawer and keep going? If this made your stomach drop a little, you're not alone. Subscribe and share with someone who needs to think about their Tuesdays more carefully.